Welcome back, Smile Jammers. Listen, his body of work is already turning heads with his directorial debut last year and his role as Junior Massey in The Porter. Joining us this morning is actor, director, and writer AML Ameem. Morning, AML. Welcome to Smile
Morning.
Jamaica.
We got the same tailor. Look,
yes, we do.
we have the same tailor. What happened? What happened?
What happened? What happened?
Who sent you your things?
I get my things before you get your things.
No, Stan. I don't believe that.
Me think so. We were just talking to a young baker, a young entrepreneur, started at 6 years old. When did you really know that this is what I want to do? This is what I want to become?
Ironically, at 6 years old, I was 6 years old when I ran to my dad and my mom and said, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor. And my dad was like, "You sure, son?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be an actor. Don't make me pay for the school fees." And you're not sure, so they sent me to stage school, and there I worked with did plays and stuff in the UK in what we call the West End. Went back to Michael Jackson when I was 11 years old, and so me and that kid have got everything in common. Like, he knows his passion now, and I knew my passion very early on.
Yeah. We've been seeing you lately moving into different areas, AML, and there's some actors who just want to act. They do not want to write. They do not want to direct. Just give me a script and pay me my money and I'm good. What is inspiring this evolution of who you are?
I'm far too truculent. I don't want to just act.
Yeah.
No, I have stories that I want to tell. I've always been a writer and a director and a producer. I've just been doing it in short form stories, and I had the opportunity to write Boxing Day, and in writing Boxing Day, I wrote a story about my family, and I saw that there was a big gap in the market in the UK and internationally for a film that represented Black, British, Caribbean culture, Jamaican culture, Vincentian culture, and putting that together with the African American culture and having the diaspora all in one movie. And so it was fun. I love writing, and I love telling my particular stories. And then with The Porter, it's a similar thing, making choices as an actor that help raise up marginalized stories. And so I jumped on board as an actor for that and an executive producer.
Yeah. Your catalog, you could do just about any film that you want to do. You've chosen to get involved in films that reflect Caribbean stories, Yardie being one of them. The Porter is an amazing story. Is that important to you because of your Caribbean heritage to represent us at this type of level?
Yeah. I feel like, with Yardie, I was just gifted that by Idris Elba, It was an opportunity to dig deep into something I'd not really connected with on a deeper level. Yeah. And since then, actually, I've just really gravitated towards, our story and how it plays out internationally. But for me as well, especially as a writer-director, that will eventually go to Africa. That will eventually, play around with even stories that are prominent in Jamaica, like Nanny of the Maroons. Like these are things that really interest me, and whether I'm in it or not, I want to be able to elevate it because, to me, the storytelling shapes the way we see the world and shapes the way we see ourselves, and for me, that's imperative to imagine a greater future, to know that you came from a very strong community,
Yeah, that's the power of film, I believe. When I watched parts of The Porter, I thought this is a story that's been missing in all the history of resistance and African American resistance, the Caribbean input
element.
Yeah, it's always not there.
It was there, but I just started to really amp it up.
Yeah.
Because of my connection to it. So it was there. Like Junior Massey has Jamaican heritage, but the language wasn't really in it like that. And because of my experience and the time I've spent and my family, I was like, I'm gonna really ramp this up. And luckily the creatives agreed with me. It's a really good show to report, man. I hope everyone gets to see it out in JA because it's a really strong show, like filled with like good performances, and takes you back to 1920s and readdresses what was going on back then. Often when you see in Hollywood cinema, you see like a porter or a butler in these subservient positions, and you're like, you know, you could feel ashamed. But the porter specifically was the backbone economically of the community that had people able to go to school and rise up and educate. So I feel like it readdresses it. And with Junior Massey, he's just a bit of a bad man as well. He's just like, I'm not having it. I'm taking destiny by the hands and just doing my thing, you know?
Yeah, Jamaica, him not take no foolishness.
Nah, he's not taking no nonsense, man. You know?
Yeah.
And it's this, yeah, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Walk me through your process, because you represent so many different characters on film. I mean, if we look at all that you've done, Inside Man is a totally different show than Boxing Day, which is totally different from Yardie, and The Porter is nothing like what
I've just played Martin Luther King as well. You know, that's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. I played Martin Luther King in a Netflix movie by the Obamas called Rustin. So the Obamas' first produced movie that they've ever done.
Wow.
And I just took up the mantle of playing MLK, which was another, you know, huge undertaking. So I've been blessed to be having a good time with it still.
Yeah. So what's your process whenever you meet a character and have to bring him to life? What's your process, Amel?
Each one is different. You know, you get the script and you start to, you know, unearth who this person is, and you know, you start to imagine the circumstances. And me personally, I tend to live closer towards the character. So when I played MLK, for example, I pretty much turned up on set in that energy space, having meditated on him for, you know, a few months, and people met me as that person. That was a very similar process with Yardie, which was more method. With Boxing Day, it was a little bit more relaxed and fun, and I had to wear several hats. With The Porter, I didn't stay as Junior Massey, but I find that whatever part that I'm playing, my energy tends to stay in that for that period of time.
Yeah.
And it's only with hindsight, I'm like, oh, I was in a completely different, you know, mind space and mood, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about Yardie. There's a thing you do. It's not a line. It's just a thing when you look at Chantal and you say, hey. And I say, oh, that's a real Jamaican man thing, you know. It doesn't need a line. It doesn't need a, she vex me, that take it hard. And so this is what I like. Yeah, so this is what I like about when you embody a character, you know. It's everything about their essence.
Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah, character of mine yet?
Well, you know, I'm not give Yardie, you know.
I ain't even giving up yet.
But I give up Yardie, but the porter have me away. So yeah, that's cool too.
Nice.
What's next? What's next for you? I mean, there's so much that's next, but what's next?
Man, I think, you know, I'm taking a little vacation right now, which is nice. But and it's nice that I can even say vacation in my life. You know, for many actors, you know this, we're grinding, we're hustling so hard just to get to a position of recognition, just to be paying the bills, you know. So I'm thankful that I can do that. What's next is, you know, Rustin will come out in November, and we'll get on the promotional trail for my performance as Martin Luther King, and then I'm stepping back behind the camera for a big movie that I'm directing and writing right now. I'm writing it, which is a big musical set around the world.
Nice.
So that's going to be big. It's part of the set in the Caribbean, New York, and in Africa, and I'm bringing the whole thing together. It's going to be quite
epic.
Quite an undertaking.
Yeah. I look forward to it, man. I know it's going to be awesome.
You're gonna give me a cameo role. You're gonna jump in for me.
Anything for you, man.
Hey, you got it on camera, you know, don't lie. You know.
Yeah, no, we're on camera. We're not gonna lie.
I know you're very expensive these days.
No.
Rich on Switch.
We can't work it
out. Rich on Switch.
No, we have the same tailor, so we work.
Okay.
Amel, always awesome talking to you. Please enjoy the break. You've earned it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Look out for The Porter, guys. It's awesome. Can't miss it. AML Ameem, actor, director, and writer. Coming up next, listen.